Chapter 16: Family, Noise and Shared Presence. Finding presence in the rhythms of daily life. Presence is often imagined as something found in stillness, in quiet rooms, or in moments where you are completely alone. This image is common in books, photographs, and films. A figure sits by a window with a cup of tea, light spilling across a desk, no voices, no interruptions. It is a peaceful image, but it is not the only truth. For many people, life is not lived in such stillness. It unfolds in shared spaces, in households where conversation overlaps, where a door opens and closes every few minutes, where the clatter of dishes mixes with the sound of footsteps and someone calling from another room. In these places, presence does not come from silence. It comes from finding your ground in the middle of all this movement, from learning how to remain awake to what is here while the noise of life continues around you. Family life, whether formed by blood, choice, or circumstance, is a constant negotiation of time, space, and attention. It is shaped by competing needs and changing moods, by moments of deep connection and sudden disconnection. Some days feel balanced and easy. Others carry tension from the moment they begin. Shared environments can make presence feel like something always just out of reach, especially if you hold on to the idea that it requires perfect calm. Yet the Ghost movement understands that presence can be as alive in a noisy kitchen as in a quiet field. It can live in the moments where you are not alone, not untouched by life, but surrounded by it. In truth, family and shared living often provide some of the richest ground for presence. The interruptions, the half-heard sentences, the small and often unspoken acts of care, the moments when you adjust your own rhythm to meet someone else's, these are not obstacles to presence, they are part of its shape. The moments do not need to be tidied or smoothed to matter. They carry meaning precisely because they are unpolished. They are the living texture of a shared life. Living with others means sharing not just rooms and walls, but daily rhythms, habitual gestures, and even the tone of each other's voices. The sound of someone filling a kettle in the morning, the way a child's footsteps sound on the stairs, the particular rhythm of a laugh drifting in from another room. These are not small details to be brushed aside. They are the markers of belonging, the background against which memory is formed. In many cultural pictures of reflection, the person is alone, far from any household noise. The focus is on retreat. But for those living with others, that image can feel distant, even impossible. It can create the sense that presence is a luxury for the few. The Ghost movement offers another perspective, that presence is not a place you escape to, but something you enter more deeply where you already are. It does not require you to remove yourself from life. It asks you to notice life as it unfolds, even when it is full of sound. Shared presence means recognizing the moments that would otherwise pass without acknowledgement. The glance across the table that holds more than words could. The shared laugh when something goes slightly wrong. The way someone places a cup of tea in front of you without being asked. These are not small things. They are acts of connection, and they live in the body's memory as powerfully as grand occasions. Noise becomes an obstacle to presence only when we believe it must be. It can be reframed as proof that life is happening, here and now. The creak of a familiar floorboard, the conversation flowing between other people, the door closing at the end of the day, each is a reminder that you are part of something larger than yourself. When noise and interruption are understood as part of the fabric of presence, they no longer threaten it. They become part of the weave. Living closely with others leaves traces in the body, the breath, and the senses. The body learns the rhythms of the people around you. You might wake earlier because someone else in the house always rises before the sun, or pause mid-task because a child has walked into the room. Over years, these adjustments become part of your muscle memory. You know how to step aside in a narrow hallway without thinking, or how to lean closer to catch a softly spoken word in a crowded space. Shared living also shapes the pace of breath and the way energy moves through the day. A home full of movement can quicken your breathing, readying you to respond. A quiet evening might slow your breath and soften the way you carry your body. Presence here is not about forcing the breath into stillness, but noticing its natural changes and allowing it to return to steadiness, even while the world continues around you. family life brings a wide range of emotions. There are moments of quiet contentment, just sitting in the same room as someone you care for, and moments when needs clash and voices rise. Both are part of the emotional memory you will carry. Presence does not mean making these feelings uniform or pushing them aside. It means letting them be noticed for what they are. The smallest repeated actions often become the strongest memory anchors. The sound of a spoon stirring in a mug, the particular way someone closes a cupboard door, the rhythm of footsteps late at night, these ordinary details can be as enduring as the big events. In time, they may even be the first things you recall when you think of a person or a place. Living with others offers countless openings for presence, though they are rarely the ones we expect. It is not about removing noise, but about meeting it as part of the moment. It is not about controlling the rhythm, but about finding where you can join it. Some shifts help. Loosen the idea that presence must happen in silence. See it instead as the act of being fully attentive to what is happening now, whether that is the chaos of getting ready in the morning, a conversation over the washing up, or a sudden burst of laughter in the middle of a disagreement. Notice the smallest pauses, the breath before speaking, the touch on your shoulder as someone passes. Let the ordinary sounds of the home become signals that life is moving, not interruptions that pull you away from it. Respect the fact that not everyone in a shared space will want the same pace, tone, or level of engagement. A household is made of different rhythms, and presence does not mean aligning them all. It means noticing them and finding ways for them to coexist without strain. Repeated acts, making tea together, sharing a short walk, reading aloud, can create natural anchor points in the day, steadying connection without forcing it. And presence in shared life also involves knowing when to step back. Even short moments alone can renew your ability to be with others fully. The balance between togetherness and solitude keeps presence from becoming thin or brittle. Family life rarely moves in straight lines. There are abrupt changes in mood, interruptions you did not plan for, and moments of unexpected closeness. Presence here is about stepping into this changing circle and letting it move you, rather than trying to keep it still. In time, the sounds and gestures that once felt like disruptions can become the very things you miss when they are gone. The clink of cutlery, the overlapping voices, the subtle gestures of care. These hold the threads of shared life together. They remind us that presence is not only something we hold alone, it is something we make together. By seeing without judgment the way your household moves, you begin to understand that presence can live in the middle of noise as much as in stillness. Shared life is a form of belonging. It leaves traces that outlast the moment. And in the next chapter, we will turn to the ordinary acts that fill these days and see how their repetition can carry a quiet and enduring sacredness.